channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I wanted to talk about the books that I will be reading in November. So I don't typically do TBRs here on my channel, but it is something I decided this month that I would like to try and just see how it goes, see where I get, see how many books I can read. I feel like it will kind of push me to finish some books, read some new books. I have 2 buddy reads this month and a very ambitious TBR. So this may be kind of a long video because I'm going to talk about several things that I'm going to be reading. And so I hope you enjoy it. So first I want to say that I am going to try to finish 2 books this month that I have been reading for the last few months. I've been struggling a little bit to get through these. I am enjoying them. However, this book, it's a little bit slow. I'm not gonna lie. This is a little bit slow. This is, I am about halfway through now. This is Ranger's Apprentice, and this is by John Flanagan. I am enjoying this book, but it is taking me a while to get through. I am taking my time with it, but I am enjoying it. It's just slow, and that's why it's taking me a while to get through it. But anyway, I'm hoping to finish that this month. Gone with the Wind. I am probably not going to finish this month, but I am slowly making my way through it. I am listening to the audiobook currently, but I do only have it for a few more days from the library. So I am going to try to get as much of it read through audiobook as I can, but I am really enjoying this book. So now let's talk about the buddy reads that I am doing this month. The first one I'm doing is with Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay, and we are reading Eden Brook by Julianne Donaldson. This book, I am about 2 chapters in, and I am really enjoying it so far. This is Bridgerton, but clean. So this is something I have been looking for a while. I really used to love the Bridgerton books and that series before I started reading clean books. And so this, I always loved those stories, but obviously I didn't like the explicit content. So this is clean Bridgerton. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about what the book's about because a lot of people are already familiar with this book and I don't want to give anything away, but I will talk about that if I do a end of month wrap up for November. The next buddy read I am planning to do is with book lover Amanda. And this book that we are planning to buddy read is Liar's Winter by Cindy K. Sproles. I have never read a Cindy K. Sproles book, and I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be kind of outside my comfort zone, but I'm really looking forward to this book. I said in my previous video that in November, I'm really wanting to read some books set in Appalachia or in the mountains because fall makes me think of the mountains. And I live in North Carolina and we have some beautiful mountains here in our state. And I love Western North Carolina and the mountains. And it holds a special place in my heart because that is where a lot of my family is from. But Liar's Winter is one of the books that I wanted to read for this month. It is set in Appalachia. So the next book I want to read, or that I'm currently reading, is called Life Beyond Your Eating Disorder, and this is by Johanna S. Candle. And this I'm going to be reading for Nonfiction November. This is the only nonfiction book I will read this month. This is a reread for me, so I have read this before. You can see I've got some tabs in there. And reading this again, I am finding things that I missed the first time. So I really like that. I am looking at this from a different lens than the first time I read it. This is a topic that I have struggled with in the past. And so I did read this very early on in my recovery. And now that I'm a few years into recovery, I'm looking at it with a totally different lens. So, yeah, I'm learning a lot from it, and it's very relatable, a lot of it. So yeah, I highly recommend this if you or someone you know has struggled with an eating disorder. It does give you a lot of insight into, the things that people who struggle go through. So I highly recommend this. So I am doing a collaboration this month with Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay. This is my first collaboration ever, never done anything like this before. So we figured out the logistics, but I'm really excited to do this with her. And what she did is she picked 5 prompts from her prompt jar, and we picked books for each other that fit those prompts. So she sent me pictures of the books that fit the prompts for her, and I sent her pictures of the books that fit the prompts for me. And the whole point of doing this is for us to read books from our shelves. I have a lot of books, and so I really I wanted to do something like a read it or unhaul it video, and this gave me a good opportunity to do that. And so I'm going to go through each of the prompts that she picked, and I will show you the choices that I gave her for that prompt of books from my shelves that fit that prompt. And then at the very end, I will show you the books that she ended up picking. I'm not going to go through these prompts in the order that she picked them, but I will have all 5 prompts. And I forgot to say, if you have not seen her video already, please go watch it. Taylor is such a sweetheart, and I have so enjoyed getting to know her over this past year. She has been really helpful to me on my channel. She's really inspiring, and I just love her to pieces. So please, if you have not already, go subscribe to her channel, go watch her video, and I will leave her video link down below. So the first prompt that I'm going to talk about is 2 people on the cover. So the choices that I picked for this are Easy as Pie by Karina Taylor, The Shadow Behind the Stars by Rebecca Hahn, Like Never Before by Melissa Tagg, The Farmer's Market Mishap by Wanda E. Brunstetter, and Change of Heart by Courtney Walsh. Okay, the next prompt was 3-word title. So for this prompt, Taylor had to choose from These Tangled Threads by Sarah Loudon Thomas, Can't Help Falling by Courtney Walsh, Little Lost Secrets by Cheryl Bradshaw, The Moonshiner's Daughter by Donna Everhart. The next prompt was pick a color and then match it to the cover. So the color that Taylor chose was yellow. So I just used that also because that is a fall color, and I just thought that was fun since it was fall, since it is fall. So the books for this one that she had to choose from were Laurel's Dream by Pepper Basham, Sense and Suitability by Pepper Basham, The Ballad of Hattie Taylor by Susan Anderson. And The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. The next prompt was a 4-word title. So for this prompt, we have Hope Between the Pages by Pepper Basham, Where the Lilies Bloom by Vera and Bill Cleaver, At Home in Mitford by Jan Karen, A Whisper of Peace by Kim Vogel Sawyer, and then the last prompt that we have was favorite trope. And the first thing that came to my mind was a strong female main character. I love a strong female main character. And so for this prompt, I picked Ariadne and the Legend of the Fire Rose by Christy A. Cole, A Royal Quest by Melody Carlson, and Cress by Marissa Meyer. Okay, so let me share with you the books that Taylor picked. So for favorite trope, she picked Ariadne and the Legend of the Fire Rose by Christy A. Cole. And I'm so excited to read this because I have promised Christy that I would read this really soon, and I still have not done it. So I'm super excited to read this. I do want to read this in November. I am going to make this book a priority, so hopefully I will get to it. For a 4-word title, she picked Hope Between the Pages by Pepper Basham. For match the color to the cover, she picked Laurel's Dream by Pepper Basham. So we may have to do another buddy read for this because I also picked it for her. For 3-word title, she picked These Tangled Threads by Sarah Loudon Thomas. And I'm super excited to read this because this is about Biltmore Estate. And that is somewhere I have visited as a child. And I'm so excited to read this because obviously it's set in the mountains, set in Western North Carolina. And this sounds super fun. And then for 2 people on the cover, she picked Easy as Pie by Karina Taylor. I'm so excited to read something else in the Sweater Weather series because I have loved this series in the past. I've read 2 other books in this series, and this will be a good one. I'm excited for it. So that is it for this video. That is what I'm planning to read in November. Let me know what you're planning to read. I'm really interested to hear what everyone else plans to read in the month of November. And I will do a wrap-up video at the end of the month to let you guys know what I ended up reading. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great month.